Oh, hi. Welcome back to the kitchen. It's been a while, hasn't it? But I found some exciting new recipes that I really wanted to try, and I thought I would share them with you. And today, as the title says, we are going to make a nettle cake with a lemon, what they call it? Buttercream, with lemon buttercream. Someone mentioned it in, I think, maybe a Facebook group for Nettles that I'm in. And I really just, it sounded and looked fantastic. So that's what we are attempting today. Apologies again for my lisp. I am wearing the Invisalign right now, so you'll just have to put up with me. I will probably take them out when I do voiceover. What I'm going to do for this video is, show you what I'm doing, but do voiceover for the instructions so that I can manage the camera and everything all at once. It gets a little complicated for me. But I want to bring the camera in, give you some lovely shots of what's cooking. So yeah, that's it. Today we're making a cake. Also, let's see, it calls for 2 7-inch cake pans. I have some larger ones here. They're not mine. I don't have anything myself. This is 8.5 inch, so I'm going to use that one. And for any leftover cake batter, I'm going to make them into cupcakes. So that's my plan to, adjust the recipe. It's supposed to be two cakes on top of each other, and that kind of sounds like a disaster anyway. So I don't know if I've ever done that. I don't make cakes very often. Anyway, we're gonna get started now. So thanks for stopping by. Sorry about the lisp. Hope you enjoy it anyway. All right, I have preheated the oven, but I turned it off because it's loud. We'll turn that on again in a moment. Now I have to grease and line, which I don't quite understand. What do they mean by line it? I'm hoping I do this right. I'm going to put butter in it and hope that turns out okay. And then the nettle leaves. So I picked a bunch of new nettles a couple days ago, so they're a little wilty. I put them in the fridge. Oh, they're a little crunchy too. And I have some old ones that I froze from last year, so we're gonna do a little mix there. So I have to wash them and then put them in some boiling water for 3 to 4 minutes, and this gets rid of the sting. So, which, does it even matter if I'm like blending it all up into a cake paste? I don't know, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it says to. So that's what we're doing next. And I see a spelling mistake I made there, darn it. I hate that. I seem to have lost the clip where I'm boiling the nettles, but oh well. Here's the result, being strained into the sink and then put into some cold water. I then started mixing together the other ingredients, though somehow I did get it out of order. The recipe calls for 200 grams of unsalted butter to be softened and then mixed with 150 grams of sugar. I used my favorite, of course, red ape. Next, you beat in 3 eggs one at a time. And here's where I went off book. I started adding the flour when I should have beaten the nettles, vanilla, zest, and lemon juice first. I'll do it right next time. Maybe. I was all excited to use my flour sifter, but I think the flour was getting jammed with the remains of acorns from last year's cookies. So now adding the forgotten ingredients. First I blended in the boiled nettles. I think next time I'll probably try to squeeze more of the water out of them first. After that I added the vanilla, lemon juice, and lemon zest. Next up, the baking powder, which should be about 2 teaspoons, and then a half a teaspoon of salt. I hope it doesn't matter too much that I don't measure things sometimes. I don't have measuring spoons here yet. I keep meaning to buy them and then forgetting. There, done. Once everything's been blended together, it's time to spoon it into the pie tin. Now, this is me wondering if my cake batter should actually be that runny and if I should do something about it. I decided yes and yes, so I put it back in the bowl and started adding flour. Take two. Or should I say cake two? No, I probably shouldn't. And finally, into the oven for 25 minutes or until an inserted skewer comes out clean. In the meantime, I blended up more unsalted butter, powdered sugar, and lemon juice and zest for the icing. But sadly, there was a user malfunction when it came to the camera, so this is all you get. Finally, after about 45 minutes, I called it a cake. Okay, so the cake has cooled. I put it in the fridge to speed it up a little bit because this is taking forever. I think I've been at this for like 3 hours now, patiently waiting for the last hour for this to cool down. So I think it's cool enough to put the icing on, and that's what we're gonna do next. I'm very excited to try this cake. The icing is great. I've had some of the icing already. So okay, here we go. Ta-da! I think it turned out well. I mean, it looks good anyway. I don't know how it tastes yet. So, it is time to cut myself a piece of this cake and find out. Okay, I have a piece of cake. I've taken my retainers out so that I can properly eat and speak, kind of. It fell apart a little bit on the way out. So, here we go. Well, okay. I think this could be a good cake if I figure out how to cook it right. Remember, when I first mixed everything together, well, I reversed the order of some things that I mixed in, and I don't know if that did anything, but remember how watery it was, how liquidy it was when I first put it in the pie tin? So I put more flour in. I'm not sure if I should be glad I did that or not. It's still a little, still maybe undercooked. I can't really tell if it's undercooked or not because I don't know what it's really supposed to be like. But it's a little moister than I think it should be. However, I've never put, backyard weeds into a cake mix either, so the icing is good. It's a little mushy. Maybe it could have stayed more time in the oven, but I did have it in there for like 45 minutes, I think. I was a little concerned about burning it. And I did put the little stick in to test it, and it was coming out clean. But perhaps it needs more time. I mean, too late now, but the taste though, the taste is really good. I still recommend making this. If you can make it better than I did, congrats. But other than the mushiness, it's good. Well, you don't have to stay and watch me eat the whole thing. So I will say goodbye for now. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I haven't had too many videos lately. I know I've done a lot of the diary readings, and there are gonna be more. I have so many diaries. I hope you guys like that, but I'm trying to balance it out. I have other recipes I wanna do, some other ideas. It's just a time issue, and also I don't live in my own space issue. So today's video was interrupted several times. But anyway, I'm around. I'm not giving up yet. There will be a lot of diary videos, but there will be others. And TikTok. I'm gonna get more active on TikTok. I resisted. I resisted and had no ideas until suddenly I had lots of ideas. So I'll put them up here too on the YouTube Shorts thing for those of you who don't want TikTok. So you'll see them anyway. All right, one more bite with the berry. That's good. All right, mushiness aside, as I said, the flavors are great. I can't believe it. Nettles in a cake. Request it for your birthday. It's excellent. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.